Hello and welcome to SKTV News. You're watching Primetime English News with me, SUCHITRA Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Fresh tension erupts at Laitanpokpi, Imphal East after Meitei farmers denied access to farmlands at Sadhu Lampag by Kuki individuals. Foothills Naga Coordination Committee FNCC Imphal asserts there is no Kuki land, its imaginary creation and root cause of ongoing conflict. Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims More Gopmev urges authority to address plight of displaced persons sheltering at friends' residences, deprived of government benefits and struggling to survive for livelihood. And Arunachal Pradesh becomes first Indian state to establish infrastructure for manufacturing of crude palm oil. And the news in detail. Fresh tension erupted between Meitei farmers and nearby Kuki villagers today after Meitei farmers were denied entry to take up farming activities at Sadhu Lampak, located around 1 kilometer from Laitanpokpi under Kundrakpam Assembly constituency in Imphal East District. The incident occurred around 8 a.m. when a Meitei farmer who came in a tractor to plow the paddy field was confronted by Kuki villagers who objected. Soon after, some Meitei individuals also arrived at the scene and an exchange of catapults took place between the Meitei and Kuki communities. A team of border security force stationed in the area, led by Imphal East Additional SP, arrived at the spot to control the situation. However, the security forces resorted to using tear gas shells. Speaking to media, a Meitei farmer highlighted that the main source of income is farming for most of the Meitei villagers residing in that area. He added that the Meitei farmer went for farming activities with the assurance that 95 BSF company will provide security for them. He further expressed concern over the presence of armed Kuki individuals in the area, stating that despite their visibility, BSF personnel did not take any action and that according to security forces, they lacked the authority to arrest the armed individuals. The farmer further stated that around 50 acres of land owned by Meitei are currently being cultivated by Kuki people. Expressing concern over the situation, he warned that Meitei farmers may be unable to cultivate around 25 to 50 acres of land unless authorities, including the district's SP, Sagolmang OC, and Imphal East Deputy Commissioner, take prompt action. He further voiced his disappointment over the inability of BSF personnel to take action despite being present to protect the farmers.
Koidi tasengna haragade santi pami adubu maphone toribisi sigi khunjida ngasai nongmai paibese hoi uhi ubudongoi phade moida power pidi haidana adu ai koidi tasengna ga mapam delo ubuding amaroi tasengna khogi Laitanpokpi primary school sita leiribaje 95 base company ma thamibaje akoi matamdigi waraba ibom sana thi sengra khotna magi honarela koi kungi panju mai thabgi singyan bada koi supply ware kungi panju amat leitre aduga akoi ta tasengna base singra phajana thamoi Yengbiragadi akoi karsu sumana warningai leitabani adubu akoi mafam sida lau ubase hairiba condition sida akoi lau ubudi tasengna yanna warani aduna aikoina hajagadabadi protect mayam sina sumana akoi je tasengna raga phajana ngakpidragadi akoi di lau ubudi ngamaroi sibhai lerebna akoi khara phakapu oidra khallaga tokjabani abako sibhai jana khara control tawbigadra na akoi tasengna ga thokpa irailana chop tawgani na khojabani aba adu sirade moina leiriba protection kupijidi tasengna koi no matra lo ubrabu ithawai choidna mangado male lenga sida tasengna koi lamhen tu henba mayam amadi Manipur gi parjada yaurumbadi yai adubu leiriba area je koi tasengna ga firing turing tawami yaujade tasengna ga di akoi exam chamna lomi ngakani aduna akoi bu tasengna sarkar sina yamna serious oina lobiraga protection je phajana pibidragadi gi akoi tasengna ragadi akoi lo upan biding amra.
Meanwhile, Democratic People's Front DPF has strongly condemned the incident of obstructing Meitei farmers while working in their paddy fields at Sadu Lampak in Imphal East District by certain Kuki people. In a press release signed by its General Secretary Sapam Sovashchandra, the organization termed the act of the Kuki individuals as an attempt to usurp the land rights of Meitei landowners. Further accusing the central forces deployed near the site of apparently siding with the Kukis, DPF asserted that it takes strong exception to the incident, while urging the central government not to remain spectators on the excessive acts carried out by the Kukis. The organization demanded the same government to take up adequate security measures to protect the lives and properties of Meitei farmers in the area. Foothills Naga Coordination Committee FNCC Imphal has categorically stated that there is no Kuki land in the state of Manipur. A press release issued by its media cell FNCC described Kuki land as an imaginary construction and the root cause of the ongoing conflict. The organization went on to allege that the modus operandi of this narrative is to distort facts and grab the indigenous people's land. Pointing out that the historical accounts and governmental records have clearly established that Kukis are not indigenous to Manipur, FNCC added that the community is migrants and refugees from Myanmar and Bangladesh. It also alleged that certain Kuki groups have recently made aggressive attempts to illegally rename geographical features and landmarks of the state such as Mount Kaubru, Mount Thangjing and SP Road, calling it blatant efforts to override the ancestral heritage of the native communities. While asking to immediately stop the ongoing construction of illegal bunkers, makeshift shelters and road blockades by Kuki militant groups and their armed volunteers in Naga territories, it added that peaceful coexistence is possible if there is respect for historical truth and the rule of law. The Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims, More Khop-Mev, has urged authority to extend support to those displaced from More due to the ongoing conflict, particularly individuals who have taken shelter at the homes of relatives and friends. In a press release, Khop-Mev highlighted that the government provided essential commodities such as 10 kilograms of rice, 2 kilograms of dal each to displaced individuals every month residing outside of state-sponsored relief on November and December of last year. However, the government stopped providing the commodities this year except on January and April. The organization voiced its disappointment with the state government, criticizing the alleged neglect of displaced individuals who have sought refuge outside official relief camps. The organization further highlighted the hardships faced by displaced individuals, stating that they have ceased receiving aid from both the government and CSOs, despite having previously benefited from such support. Furthermore, Khop-Mev welcomed the government's directive to register displaced persons in an online registry. However, the organization expressed its disappointment, stating that members of the Meitei community from More were unable to find their original locality in the management portal. It alleged that the Kuki community had encroached upon these areas and renamed them, effectively erasing the Meitei presence from official records. Khop-Mev further urged the authority to provide aids to displaced persons and also to restore the names of More Meitei areas to its original names. Arunachal Pradesh has taken a pioneering step in India's agricultural sector by becoming the first Indian state to set up dedicated crude palm oil CPO infrastructure with two newly established mills in Roing and Ruksin, marking a major milestone in the state's agricultural development journey. The initiative came alongside the launch of Agriculture Policy 2025 to 2035, which was aimed at fostering sustainable and inclusive growth in the sector over the next decade. In a post on X, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu emphasized the state's commitment to empowering farmers and strengthening food security. Millet, buckwheat and honey missions empowers local farmers. In addition to the palm oil infrastructure, the state has made notable strides in food grain production, reaching an all-time high of 5,19,703 metric tons. Cold storage and warehouse facilities are being established near Itanagar and Tezu airports to further enhance agricultural logistics and minimize post-harvest losses. The state's progressive approach, including specialized missions focused on millet, buckwheat, and honey production, is set to transform the livelihoods of farmers while serving as a model for agricultural advancement in the Northeast and beyond. Now, total COVID-19 positive patients in Manipur rose to 13 after 5 more from Imphal West district were tested positive. An official update issued today informed that 5 new cases were found in Imphal West district. Out of 14 samples that were tested in Imphal West district, 5 samples came out positive for COVID-19. Lok Sabha MP Angomcha Bimol Akoijam laid the foundation stone for construction of a blind boys hostel at Takyel today. The foundation stone laying ceremony was also attended by Social Welfare Joint Director Jiteshwar Kaisam, Manipur Institute of Management Studies, Manipur University Director Professor Laishram Prabhakar, Kakching Assembly Constituency former MLA Yengkhom Surchandra, philanthropist Jerome Iboyaima, and Composite Regional Center Director Nausekpam Khoibi. As part of the function, 16th Laishram Gauramani Memorial Award was also presented to visually handicapped persons. Speaking on the sidelines, Welfare Association for the Blind, Manipur Secretary K. Sadananda asserted that the association has been taking up many welfare programs for the welfare of blind persons, including the initiative of educating visually impaired persons up to high school level. He also urged government departments concerned to implement additional welfare programs for visually impaired persons.
Disability Handuna, Mianga Mana, Kunai Seda, Mayanga Puni, Minazava, Namnabagi, the Mokai, Vision, metric pastor of Madunda, disadvantage habitat, special schools, Mayam, quality in the nation with a barrier currently. I don't know what Makata, like the Bangam Kidaba, and social discrimination, lack of awareness habitat in Manipur, so Makatan, the Lake Himsina, I am Mono, the say that I have hostel singers, if it is said, accommodated, the Rugadi, the Satra sings in my Hanagaliba, and Marina said that Kitan Lapto, that's why that, another Lake College, Oriental College, to model high secondary, and the Jose MU, the Karito Institute, the University to the Sumam, Adum Kamnava, Yawe, to the Maramarga, which is the hostel accommodation, see music, music, the Manpa, like the Manpa, like the Manpa, Topama, the vocational day or Resu. Adomina, Mayam Siki, hostel accommodation, Sifuna, P. the Bohana.
Members of 7 women organizations today staged a sit-in at Lukram Community Hall, demanding the immediate release of Arambay Tingol members arrested by security forces and CBI. During the protest, several placards denouncing the arrest of Arambay Tingol members were displayed. Speaking on the sidelines, Lamjing Seva Mayra Paibi Sayang Kontaujam Mayay Lekai President L. Sarojini demanded the government to immediately stop cracking down against Arambay Tingol members, while adding that they are not the members of any outlawed organization.
Hana dagi ekhoina lan tawji da kanan phaba yai ma gi report sindu kuira banga tanina aduda phabi draga lan sida mana songthokana khawai yauna ising chawbagi honarakpa matam dagi lan sida CBI na pharabase ekhoi Manipur gi oina mangjaba ma oire kana su kana songthokana sabak tawbase yawide Arambay khatana yamba tawoina tawi ising dagi mi lokhala su moina lokhale Arambay sina sigumba thabang mayam si tawrakpanina Arambay Isa Simbu, Amukana, condition Amata Yauna, Haduki, Hibase, Hajari.
After decades of connecting Manipur with the rest of the country, Air India officially concluded its operations at Imphal International Airport today, closing an important chapter in the aviation history of the Northeast. The airline, once seen as a symbol of national pride, played a pivotal role in linking Imphal to major cities across India, contributing to region's socio-economic growth and providing a lifeline of connectivity for generations of travelers from Manipur. Air India's iconic red and white aircraft, courteous crew, and dependable service became familiar sights at Imphal International Airport over the years. For many locals, especially during the 1980s and 1990s, traveling by Air India was often associated with special occasions such as holidays, college admissions, or urgent family matters. Scenes of long queues for tickets, packed terminals during festive seasons, and the eager anticipation of boarding calls remain etched in the memories of many Manipuris. While today marked the conclusion of Air India's regular flights from Imphal, Tata Group will continue its operations at the airport through Air India Express, the airline's wholly owned low-cost subsidiary. Airport authorities clarified that the decision to withdraw Air India's services was part of a long-standing pre-planned strategy by the airline's management and not connected to any recent incidents or developments. Sources from Imphal International Airport stated that Air India's contribution to Manipur's connectivity and development has been immense. Its absence will be felt by many, but the legacy it leaves behind will remain a proud part of Imphal's aviation history. As the last Air India flight departed, it carried with it not just passengers, but also decades of memories and milestones, marking the end of an era for Manipur's skies. As part of the preparation for observance of the Great June Uprising Unity Day, collection of 14 organizations, Kanglaipak, concluded a cleanliness drive at the June 18 Martyrs Memorial Complex located at Kekrupat, Imphal. Speaking on sidelines, the organization's chairman, Deliv Sapamcha, emphasized the significance of observing Great June Uprising Unity Day, stating it marks the spontaneous uprising of the Manipuris against the challenge to the integrity of the state by the inclusion of the three words "without territorial limits" in the Bangkok Agreement, which was signed between Government of India and NSC and IM on June 14 of 2001. The Southern Hills Chiefs Association, Sahilka, Kangpokpi district has strongly opposed the proposal to remove or relocate some suspension of operations SU designated camps, which is being discussed at the talks between SU groups and MHA officials. In a press release issued by its Information and Publicity Wing, Sahilka alleged that the said proposal began to surface due to Meitei's reckless pressure to the Government of India by holding SU groups responsible for the ethnic violence in Manipur. Further stating that political talks between SU groups and MHA officials is totally a different subject which is in no way connected with Manipur ethnic violence, it claimed that the SU designated camps are located within the land which belongs to the Kukis. It went on to maintain that the proposed discussion for removal or relocation of some designated camps within Kangpokpi district itself is biased and an act to appease the majority Meiteis. Urging leaders of SU groups not to succumb to any pressure which may go against the sentiments of the people, Sahilka vowed that chiefs of Kangpokpi district will oppose the proposal at all cost for the sake of protecting the land and rights of the Kukis now and forever. Renowned fashion designer and handloom entrepreneur Robert Naurem has once again showcased Manipur's rich textile heritage on the global stage at an exclusive international fashion event in Amsterdam. The event was organized by World Fashion Council and International Model Council at Westcourt Fashion Hotel in the Netherlands, with 16 designers from various countries showcasing their designs. Robert Naurem showcased his latest collection titled Langla, paying tribute to Manipur's cultural and artistic brilliance, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern aesthetics. Displayed by 18 international models, including Mr. World Netherlands 2024, the collection highlights the versatility of Manipur's woven silks, enhanced with intricate hand embroidery, making it suitable for the global market. Robert Naurim's work collection seamlessly blends tradition with contemporary aesthetics, featuring original traditional attire, Indian saris, and Western silhouettes, all crafted from the exquisite weaves of Manipur. World Meitei Organization WMO headquarters organized a one-day awareness cum food processing training program at College of Food Technology, Lamphelpat today. As many as 30 members of WMO Women Wing and its branch offices participated in the awareness program, where experts imparted food processing skills and insights to boost economy. All Gas Care AGC conducted an awareness program training on LPG gas for consumers at Andro Kunau in Imphal East District today. The program was conducted in association with Andro Kunau Laikai Youth Sporting Club and Maira Paibi at the residence of Chinkham Kulchandra. Various people from the locality attended the program. During the program, AGC manager S.H. Joy Prakash demonstrated to the attendees about how to use and handle LPG gas. The program was attended by AGC program manager N. Joy Singh, caretaker PH. Nabukumar, along with other AGC officials. T.H. Munindro alias Imo Lukok and families organized a medical camp at Basikong Sinsuba Sanglen in Imphal East District today. Addressing the medical camp, T.H. Open highlighted that the medical camp was provided for flood-affected people of the area. During the camp, the attendees were provided medical services such as medicine, surgery, ophthalmology, pediatrics, gynecology, orthopedics, dermatology, and dental services. Necessary medicines were also provided to the attendees.
Ising isauga mari leinana awana taraba jingda hardo jumating moina bana sinja program ngasi elejam drabada mi lising amagi sangda tinamagi program da sinjabani sinjariba sida ago imit naba ya naba nakong naba kogi CST medicine gi gaini gi loina mak yaujari ado yengi ba poching je loina khoi hidak chu makhan chuna loina mak sinjagani.
We'll be right back after a short break.
I come from Ukhrul, a small town in Manipur. While growing up, I didn't always see how my voice could shape decision. But I've learned something important. Every vote counts. And it begins with your name on the electoral roll. If you are turning 18 on or before the 1st of July, it's your time. It's your right. Register to vote. Don't wait to be told. Don't let others decide for you. Wherever you are from, your voice matters. Get registered as a voter and be counted. Count me in.
Welcome back. Eco Network Manipur exchanged plastic wastes collected at Hairok Part 2 Thokchom Lekai Collection Center with Asok traders for money in its continuous effort to mitigate plastic pollution in and around Hairok area. Speaking on the sideline, Ikop Ningthau VLF member Thokchom Jiteshwari informed that the initiative was jointly taken up by Laisemba VLF Hairok Part 3, Chaukhat Thaurang VLF Hairok Part 2 and Ikop Ningthau VLF in collaboration with Eco Network. Further highlighting the menace of plastic bottles and plastic wastes, she appealed to general public to exchange plastic wastes with Asok traders for recycling. Linthoy Ngambi Kanglay Sanchanura Award for the year 2024 and 2025 were conferred to 6 Manipuri ladies during the 10th Foundation Day celebration of Kanglay Park Minority Welfare Organization KMWO held today at Manipur Press Club, Imphal. Speaking in this regard, KMWO advisor T.H. Manihar asserted that the awards have been conferred in recognition of the contributions made by the awardees in social causes. He further emphasized the importance of understanding the political issues surrounding the state and called for building unity among the indigenous communities to fight against the secret ploys to annihilate them. Meanwhile, KMWO President Muhammad Nasir Khan has appealed all to take forward the state through collective efforts among the communities.
Apunba Manipur ki saktam kai biaroi leminari ba bagi indigenous khudima isile naune amato ne leminar kanda imalebak Manipur sikkan minanar bagi pandam maduda koi puna sengchen minasi lemina jai bagi timdal lingkat ki bandu gumla bungai sanni asi koi ki kunai sida tongan na koi amaga huna dana amaga lingja mana dana atopa jati na loina na ngasi India lenga na koi da olariba mayam se masi puna khaminar kanda akoi apun bagi saktam apun bagi resolution apun bagi agenda amada puna changhin kanda imaleba se kandaba taragadi khongpam se chena leptaba taragadi hairiba indigenous people le se ki khunai se athuba matamda mut kharni haibagi aki badu leibina maram orakanda koi punna lepminar kanda apun balingjen sagat minar se aiwa pham duma ai thamjake. Thank you.
Kanglay Park Minority Welfare na sapong lakibo numitagi ngasi pawa iramdam Manipur bu tugay na bo hona basingi mayokta leptuna lagli amadi tungtabada sulekani haibasi khongdoksari loina na iramdam Manipur bu kaihan ge khalli ba mioi singado Manipur ma pandagi na sana khangna handoksa kibano paidagi pagani haibasi lobasina hamjari Manipur laiba Kanglay sa punamok mikap thoktuna matamna leiringaida Manipur kalaurasi ekoi punamak amato aina punsilasi Kanglay Park imana yaipare Kanglay Park iramdamna yaipare.
In a heartfelt display of solidarity, the residents of Pebia Pandit Laikai came together to pay their respects to Khongrailatpam Nganthoi Sharma, a dedicated cabin crew member who tragically lost her life in the Air India plane crash on June 12. Pebia Pandit Laikai Youth Development Organization and Youth Foundation, Pebia Pandit Laikai, organized a candlelight vigil yesterday evening in remembrance of Nganthoi, who had lived with her relatives in the locality while pursuing her education. Reflecting their deep connection with Nganthoi, the locals displayed a heart-touching banner reading, "We honor and remember the remarkable life you lived, spending your school days with friends in Pebia Pandit Laikai during the vigil." With heavy hearts, the residents lit candles and observed a 2-minute silence as a mark of extending grief and respect for the young woman. Mention may be made that the plane crash claimed hundreds of lives, including 2 pilots and 10 crew members, leaving families and loved ones in shock and grief. Arambay Tengol has urged the public to come forward with any information regarding the whereabouts of Longjam Khaba. According to Arambay Tengol's social media handle, Longjam Khaba took custody of Jesam Abdul of Paubitek Mayai Laikai, an individual involved in thievery incident at Yumnam Huitrom Laikai on June 11. Longjam Khaba was handed custody of Jesam Abdul after locals apprehended Abdul at the scene of thievery incident at Yumnam Huidrom Laikai on June 11. However, Khaba has since gone missing despite extensive searches conducted by police and Arambay Tengol. Authorities had also summoned him for questioning, but he has failed to respond. Anyone with information regarding Longjam Khaba's whereabouts is urged to report it to the nearest police station or Arambay Tengol. Moving on to national news. Congress leader Jairam Ramesh took a jibe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister embarked on his 3-nation visit to Cyprus, Canada and Croatia today. In a post on X, the Congress leader criticized that the Prime Minister has energy, excitement and enthusiasm for such visits, but the lack of empathy for going to Manipur, where the people's distress, agony and suffering continues unabated. Jairam Ramesh also alleged that Narendra Modi's visit to foreign countries, which is his 35th trip, counting this one is disrespectful to the people of Manipur. He added that the Prime Minister has not met any person from Manipur, let alone state leaders, since May 3rd of 2023. The Prime Minister is scheduled to visit Cyprus and meet with the country's president. Later, the Prime Minister will attend the G7 summit in Canada on June 16 and 17. He will later visit Croatia as his last destination after the summit. The Supreme Court has ruled that the killing of a person by police personnel using an official-issued firearm while in civilian attire does not fall within the scope of official duty. The Apex Court's ruling was issued in connection with the April 29 case involving Punjab Police Head Constable Raj Kumar. It may be mentioned that the incident where the head constable killed a person in civil attire occurred on June 16, 2015 near Verka, Amritsar. A witness named Principal Singh complained about seeing police personnel firing gun at a Hyundai i20 without warning. Various national media outlets reported that the Supreme Court's ruling reinforces the rule of law by emphasizing accountability and that the judgment conveys a clear message about the misuse of authority by police personnel, highlighting the importance of responsible conduct in law enforcement. In the aftermath of the tragic plane crash in Ahmedabad, authorities have confirmed that DNA samples of 32 deceased individuals have been successfully matched. According to All India Radio, officials confirmed that 14 bodies have been handed over to their families so far. Additional Superintendent of Civil Hospital, Dr. Rajnish Patel, reported the deceased include 4 individuals from Ahmedabad, 2 from Vadodara, 1 from Kheda, 1 from Aravali, 1 from Botad, 4 from Mehsana, and 1 from Udaipur. The process of handing over the bodies to their families is currently underway. Furthermore, State Home Minister Harsh Sangvi announced that the DNA of former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani had been matched earlier today at 11 a.m., confirming his identity among the victims. Authorities continue their efforts to identify and provide closure to grieving families affected by the tragic incident. In yet another incident, a helicopter belonging to Aryan Aviation crashed near Gauri Kund in Uttarakhand en route from Kedarnath to Gupt Kashi today morning, killing all seven people on board. The incident occurred around 5:20 a.m. where it reportedly veered off course due to severe weather conditions in the valley. Officials confirmed that poor visibility and harsh weather likely contributed to the crash. This marks the 5th helicopter crash in Uttarakhand in just 6 weeks. The passengers in the helicopter are from Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Gujarat. Joint operations were carried out by SDRF, NDRF, and local police at the densely forested and remote crash site. The victims of the crash include pilot Rajveer Vikram Rawat, Vinod Trishti, Rajkumar Shraddha, along with a 10-year-old Rajji. A high-level emergency meeting was convened in Dehradun to assess the circumstances of the crash. Finally, we have the weather report. According to ICER Regional Center Lamphelpat, state's maximum temperature was recorded at 29 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 24.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 84% in the morning and 83% in the evening. Manipur received rainfall of 13.6 millimeters in the last 24 hours. Moving on to sports. MPSC and YWC Thambalkhong ended in a draw in the 21st match of the ongoing 15th AMFA Senior Women's Football League 2024-2025 qualifying round for Indian Women League. MPSC and YWC Tambalkhong scored 1 goal each in the match, which was played at Lamlong Thongkhong Artificial Turf today. FC Imphal and Eastern Sporting Union will face each other in the league match tomorrow. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Fresh tension erupts at Laitan Pokpin, Imphal East after Meitei farmers denied access to farmlands at Sadulampag by Kuki individuals. Foothills Naga Coordination Committee FNCC Imphal asserts there is no Kuki land, its imaginary creation and root cause of the ongoing conflict. Committee on Protection of Meitei Victims More Kopmev urges authority to address plight of displaced persons sheltering at friends' residences, deprived of government benefits and struggling to survive for livelihood. And Arunachal Pradesh becomes first Indian state to establish infrastructure for manufacturing crude palm oil. That is all the news we have for now. Thank you for watching SKTV News. Have a good night.